world. Friends, you get the sense that things are just percolating all over this globe and just ready for something big to happen. And it is indeed coming to force. I mean, there are more things that are going on. For instance, Japan and China have had their first security talks in 4 years. Senior foreign affairs and defense officials agreed to strengthen their communication on security and defense. The Wall Street Journal also is reporting that North Koreans are experiencing widespread hunger, dying of starvation as the country suffers one of the worst food crises in decades, a result of its international isolation and natural disasters that have damaged crops and reducing yields. CBN News is reporting that the Iranian church leader Yosef Naradkhani was released Sunday, part of a national amnesty issued by the Ayatollah Khomeini to commemorate the anniversary of the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Naradkhani was one of 4 Christians initially arrested in May of 2016 during a series of raids by security agents on Christian homes. While the men were released on bail in 2017, they were rearrested in another series of raids on 2 separate days in 2018. Jihad Watch reporting the Islamic Republic now being suspected of taking the abuse of women to a new level, poisoning schoolgirls to discourage their learning. Sky News reporting about the incident, indicating to 400 pupils at least 30 schools are said to have been affected by the deliberate attacks, with some needing hospital treatment after complaining about headaches, heart palpitations, feeling lethargic, and being unable to move. Iran is trying to defer blame and or downplay the seriousness of the incidents. The Washington Times telling us that operatives of the Taliban government in Kabul are trying to identify and retaliate against Afghans who cooperated with the 20-year American military and reconstruction effort using fingerprint records, gun records, and other methods to sniff them out and target them for retribution, according to a U.S. government report. And while that's taking place, Jihad Watch reporting 2 Pakistani brothers, Abdul and Mohammed Rafani, have been freed from Gitmo after more than 20 years in detention and repatriated, the Pentagon said Thursday. U.S. officials, that would be last week, Thursday it appears, U.S. officials accused Abdul working for the avowed 9/11 mastermind, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and also operating an al-Qaeda safe house in Karachi. And Mohammed Rafani, born in 1969, is recruiting his older brother into extremist circles, believed to have organized travel and funds for Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Very interesting, but they've been let go, repatriated. Their release now brings down to 32, the number of detainees left at Guantanamo Bay. CBN is reporting that Papua New Guinea's foreign minister confirmed to the Israeli foreign minister that his nation will open an embassy in Jerusalem that would make the South Sea island nation the 5th to establish an embassy in Israel's capital since President Donald Trump moved the U.S. embassy there in 2019. Other countries that have done so are Guatemala, and Honduras, and Kosovo as well. Let's see, interesting story here from WND.com. 61% of Americans in a new poll think it's likely that government agents helped provoke the January 6th riot at the nation's capital, which Democrat leaders and most of the liberal media have labeled as an insurrection. Well, the survey by Rasmussen reports of 1,000 U.S. likely voters contacted February 26 to 28 also found overwhelmingly that majorities in favor of releasing all the surveillance video of the January 6 events. After a politically charged Democrat-led investigation, January 6 released only partial portions of the videos. The vast majority want to see all that video footage made available. The Federalist is reporting South Dakota and Montana have joined a growing number of states that are working toward banning the use of ranked choice voting in elections. This is the process where voters rank candidates in order of preference, and if no candidate receives a majority of first choice votes in the first round of voting, then the last place finisher is eliminated, and his votes are reallocated to the voter's second choice candidate. This process continues until one candidate receives a majority of votes. While Maine and Alaska are the only 2 states that employ such a system, the results from their elections since implementing this have produced outcomes that contradict the will of voters. Many are warning about this now. South Dakota and Montana have joined the growing number of states banning the use of ranked choice voting. Speaking of voting, One American News Network is saying that Lori Lightfoot has been ousted as Chicago mayor, the first time in 40 years. The Chicago mayor has lost re-election. In weeks leading up to the race, Lightfoot's popularity has plummeted. After her reign, Chicago reached the highest number of killings in a quarter century. People just weren't failing safe, and an article here at townhall.com tells us Lightfoot complains to reporters that it was sexism and it was racism that were the reasons behind her landslide defeat in Chicago's mayoral election. And because she lost, Bloomberg is reporting that Chicago's police chief announced his resignation one day after Lightfoot became the first mayor of the third largest U.S. city to lose a re-election in 40 years. Assistant police superintendent David Brown on Wednesday said he would leave his post effective March the 16th so that the incoming mayor can begin the process as soon as possible to hire the next superintendent. Very interesting what will be happening in Chicago. Let's see, Pamela Geller is reporting a Chicago police officer was killed Wednesday in a close-range exchange of gunfire with a man while investigating a domestic altercation in Gage Park. Officials said the 18-year-old man who allegedly shot the officer received a gunshot wound to his head, remains hospitalized in critical condition, but CWB Chicago has learned that the 18-year-old was arrested last summer after police said he and 2 other people ran from a car that had just been used in the shooting. The Cook County State Attorney's Office rejected felony charges against him, but approved charges against the other 2 people. Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said the slain officer has been with the department for some 5 years. So this cop killer arrested last summer, but the Democrat prosecutors rejected filing the charges. NBC News telling us Senator Marco Rubio has reintroduced legislation to make daylight savings time a permanent entity across the nation. They said would end the antiquated practice of changing clocks twice a year, which, by the way, we're going to do that just another week from now. The bill is called the Sunshine Protection Act, passed by the Senate last year by unanimous consent, meaning nobody objected to it. It stalled in the House and expired at the end of the last session of Congress. If it's enacted, daylight savings time, which begins in March and ends in November, would become permanent year-round in the United States. Washington Examiner reporting Senator Joe Manchin called on his Democratic colleagues Thursday to negotiate with Republicans on spending cuts ahead of the country's summer deadline to raise the debt ceiling. And another article here from Spencer Brown in Town Hall. U.S. Senate on Wednesday voted to kill the Biden administration's attempt to push ESG investment practices on millions of American retirement accounts through a new rule from the Labor Department. It was a vote of 50 to 46. Republicans were joined by Senator John Tester of Montana, Joe Manchin as well, of West Virginia, to pass the joint resolution approved by a bipartisan vote in the House of Representatives earlier on Tuesday. Fox News is reporting that the Biden administration quietly updated a federal database that shows how many unused oil and gas drilling permits it has been approved, reducing the number by more than 2,000. The Bureau of Land Management revised the current number of approved applicants for permits to drill, which oil and gas companies are required to file once they identify a deposit on a lease that can't be tapped. Joe Biden said there were 9,000, well, it's less than 67% 700, and guess who's getting blamed for that number discrepancy? You're right, Donald Trump. BLM, a sub-agency of the Department of the Interior, blamed the provision on a Trump-era technical change that it had not properly accounted for. So the agency, they didn't properly account for it, and so the Trump administration gets blamed. Coming from the BBC News, Two Sisters Anglesey chicken factory closure confirmed. This is a third of all poultry products eaten in the UK comes from this facility. The closure of a chicken factory that employs 730 people going ahead, the Welsh government has said. They now said the company has put forward no viable plans and is moving forward with plans to cease production. Friends, the problem is only going to get worse. We're going to take a quick break here on Crosstalk. It's a news roundup day on the program. I've got some other issues I'd like to tell you about, and then we'll give you opportunity to call and weigh in on these issues as well. So let's take our 60-second break, and we'll be back here on Crosstalk from the VCY American Network. VCY America is making available Great Comforts DVD that is causing evolutionists and atheists around the world to become unglued. Evolution vs. God is a fast-moving 35-minute DVD in which Great Comfort confronts evolutionists with a series of questions that leave them stumped and speechless about a belief system that lacks credible answers to the origins of the earth and mankind. You can obtain one DVD of Evolution vs. God for a donation of $5, 5 copies for a donation of $18, or 10 copies for a donation of $25 by calling 1-800-729-9829. Evolution vs. God is shaking the foundation of evolutionary faith. That's one copy for a donation of $5, 5 copies for a donation of $18, or 10 copies for a donation of $25. Simply call VCY America at 1-800-729-9829 or on the web at vcyamerica.org. Earlier this week, we had in Crosstalk Joseph Holden, who put together the ultimate infographic guide to the Bible. It's a very compelling interview as he talked about this book, and certainly the wonderful overview that it gives of the whole of Scriptures, not a replacement of Scriptures by any means, but one that would give that visual survey every book of the Bible. Just wanted to remind you that tomorrow ends that special 50% discount at the VCY bookstore. So if you tried reaching at a busy signal before, you can certainly, it will be available till 6 p.m. Central Time this evening, tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time at this number, 1-888-722-4829, 1-888-722-4829, or at VCY.com. That is available 24/7 there, VCY.com. But what a wonderful overview of the Scriptures, the infographics there on each book of the Bible, and it is well put together. But tomorrow that ends, that 50% off, VCY.com or 1-888-722-4829. Well, there have been some hearings that are going on this past week in the House and Senate, and there were testimonies that were in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee Wednesday afternoon. Attorney General Merrick Garland was cornered by Republican Senator Ted Cruz about why the Department of Justice has failed to bring charges against the raucous individuals illegally descending on the homes of conservative Supreme Court Justice. As Cruz noted in his remarks, Supreme Court justices have been targeted at their homes at all hours of the night, chased down at the houses of worship. The children of Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett were hunted down and harassed even at their school. And so we have Ted Cruz grilling Merrick Garland on that very issue.
70 United States Marshals.
Try again. Has the Department of Justice brought even a single case under the statute? It's a yes, no question. It's not a give a speech on the other things you did.
The job of the United States Marshals is to defend the lives.
So the answer is no.
Is to defend the lives of the justices, and that's the number one priority.
I'm not willing to say no. The answer is no. You know it's no. I know it's no. Everyone in this hearing room knows it's no. You're not willing to answer a question. Have you brought a case under the statute? Yes or no?
As far as I know, we haven't. What we have done is defended the lives of the justices.
So how do you decide which criminal statutes the DOJ enforces and which one it doesn't?
The United States Marshals know that they have.
I recognize you want to give a separate speech.
No, I don't want
How
to.
do you decide which statutes you enforce and which ones you don't?
The marshals on scene make that determination in light of the priority of
the marshals did not make a determination over whether to prosecute you. The Attorney General made a determination, and you spent 20 years as a judge, and you're perfectly content with justices being afraid for their children's lives, and you did nothing to prosecute. Can I answer the question? No, you cannot. You have refused to answer the question.
I am answering your question. The Attorney General does not decide whether to.
How did you choose not to enforce the statute?
The marshals on scene.
Don't make that decision.
They do make the decision of whether to make an arrest.
Someone? No, they don't.
If they make
marshals do not have prosecutors.
If they make an arrest,
all right, let's change topics because our time is limited. Yeah, very heated exchange taking place there, and there was some more exchange taking place on different fronts. Let me play also a clip from Fox News in which the FBI Director Chris Wray was dealing with questions in regard to the arrest of the pro-life father in a place where there were some 30 armed agents to arrest him and around the home. And let's just listen into that interview.
All right, so let's talk about the book. Mark Houck, Pennsylvania pro-life activist, arrested at his home in front of his family for an alleged violation of the Freedom of Access to Clinics Act, alleged incident in which he was protesting in front of an abortion clinic. He was recently acquitted of all charges at trial. The show of force with that arrest, that decision, here's that force. Is that not book?
Those decisions are made, as they should be, by the commanders on the ground in the field office who have the expertise about when to conduct operations safely and securely for the safety of everybody involved. To my knowledge, those processes were all followed in this case.
Yeah, I mean, historically, FBI protocols, the defendant has, if it has no criminal history, is not going to be violent or close to threat to public safety, that he or she is permitted to self-surrender rather than subject dynamic execution of arrest warrants. And here's what I'm talking about, is the legal system. You know, there's that for a pro-life activist, but not that for a Black Lives Matter protester who torches a federal building over the summer. So that disparity, that dichotomy, is what sticks in people's mind.
I understand that people have their opinions. All I can tell you is that we have one standard, which is irrespective of ideology and politics in this country. It doesn't matter what you're upset about or who you're upset with. You don't get to express that upset with violence. And so we are agnostic as the ideology and focus on violence. For even white-collar arrests, there are situations where white-collar arrests have resulted in shootings. So there's a whole lot of things that goes into the judgment about what is the way to conduct arrests safely and securely that are made, I think, appropriately by the career agents on the ground who have the closest visibility to the circumstances. And the FBI has a long history of conducting those operations with a far better track record of safety than a lot of other agencies, precisely because those people take it so seriously and so much. Coming from Fox News, Daily Signal reporting that President Joe Biden claims women need abortion to be successful in this 2023 Women's History Month proclamation, saying, despite significant progress, women and girls continue to face systemic barriers to full and legal participation in our economy and society. Last year, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, stripping away a constitutional right from the American people and the ability of millions of women to make decisions about their own bodies, putting their health and lives at risk. The president mentioned abortion and reproductive rights 5 times in his announcements, said that women's suffrage once, and the president appears to be confused about who can have an abortion, saying that the Biden administration will defend reproductive freedom for all Americans, regardless of their gender or gender identity. And that's according to the proclamation on Women's History Month, which was released on
on February 28th. Liberty Nation reporting Kansas on February 23rd became the first state to pass the Women's Bill of Rights, making it clear in legal language that sex is determined biologically at birth. The Red State is reporting that the Smithsonian's planned American Women's History Museum is going to be spotlighting biological males, indeed transgender women, to be included in their American Women's History Museum. And Hershey candy bars, yeah, Hershey's coming under attack. Faithwire.com is reporting about Hershey's decision to include a transgender woman in the Canadian advertising campaign promoting Women's History Month and International Women's Day on March 8th. It sparked backlash on social media, with some users calling for people to boycott the company's products. PJ Media telling us that the Association of American Physicians and Surgeons are condemning the gender-affirming care for children that's coming out from other agencies. Townhall.com tells us the gay activist Democrat mayor of College Park, Maryland, who has branded himself as something of a role model for LGBTQ youth, was arrested yesterday morning on dozens of counts of possessing and distributing child pornography, totaling 56 child sex offenses. 47-year-old Evan Lewis Wohan, a regular White House guest and the first openly gay man to take mayoral office in the city, charged with 40 counts of possession of child sexual exploitative material and 16 felony counts of distribution of child porn. This is a day you're not likely to hear about in California, but there's going to be a Detransition Awareness Day expected to draw record turnout next week at California's Capitol. The event will highlight a call for caution about medical transitioning to prevent vulnerable individuals from being met with the same regret. March 10th, the California State Capitol will become host to what would be called a record turnout for Detrans Awareness Day, highlighting individuals who have experienced and repudiated firsthand the dark side of transgender affirmation. The National Review reporting Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves Tuesday signed into law a bill banning gender transition procedures for minors. NBC News declaring that Tennessee Governor Bill Lee signed a bill Thursday that will criminalize some drag performances. The first of its kind legislation will ban adult cabaret entertainment on public property or in locations where it can be viewed by minors. A tale of two different Christian schools. So first of all, we have a Christian school in Vermont, the Western Journal is reporting, forfeiting a girls' high school basketball game and exited the state tournament rather than play an opponent with a transgender athlete on the team. Vermont law allows boys who claim that they are girls to play in the girls' sports teams. However, the Mid-Vermont Christian School in White River Junction decided to pull its basketball team from the Division IV state tournament rather than play Long Trail on Tuesday, according to Valley News, saying we believe playing against an opponent with a biological male jeopardizes the fairness of the game and the safety of our players. Allowing biological males to participate in women's sports sets a bad precedent for the future of women's sports in general, they stated. But let's contrast that rather with a conflict going on in Kansas City. A conflict over what appears to be Christian is forcing a school in Kansas City, Missouri to close. Urban Christian Academy, a private K-8 school with an enrollment of 100 students that describes itself as providing a tuition-free, high-quality, Christ-centered education for low-income students. The mission statement has always stressed inclusivity in general terms, noting that following Jesus opens up doors, makes room at the table. But last year, it added a paragraph to its website that says we are an affirming school. We stand with the LGBTQIA+ community and believe in their holiness. We celebrate the diversity of God's creation in all of its varied and beautiful forms. Well, according to the school, the updates prompted donors to stop contributing, many of them citing their interpretation of Christianity as the reason. And now we understand the school is announcing will be closing its doors at the end of the school year, reports ABC News. Christian Post is reporting that the share of American population identifying as LGBT has doubled over the past decade as Generation Z has more than older Americans to identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or something other than heterosexual in the new Gallup poll. How much of the education, how much of the textbooks, how much of the library holdings, how much of social media is impacting that to take place? Friends, you're listening to Crosstalk on BCY. I'd like to open our phone lines here today. If you'd like to comment on these or other current event stories, our number today is at 1-800-733-9829. That's 800-733-9829. Opening our phone lines here if you'd like to comment on any of the stories that we've had or another current event issue. By the way, LifeNews.com reporting Senator Mike Lee has demanded an explanation from Attorney General Merrick Garland on Wednesday about the prosecution of dozens of pro-life advocates compared to 2 arrests of abortion activists despite the wave of violence against pro-life organizations. Lee said Garland's department recently charged 34 people for such crimes against abortion facilities, including the blocking of entrances. But Garland came back and indicated that generally, because those actions are taken with photography at the time during the daylight and seeing the person who did it quite easily, those who are attacking the pregnancy resource centers, which is a horrid thing to do, they're doing this at night in the dark. So we have put full resources on this. We have put rewards out for this. Isn't it amazing? The Department of Justice not prosecuting attacks on pro-life groups because they happen at nighttime, can't see them so clearly? Well, we'll be back in just a minute taking your calls on Crosstalk on the VCY American Network.
For the World View Report, I'm Brandon House. The Bible is an amazing document. We can trust it. We have a sure word of prophecy. The Bible says that Babylon, 58 miles south of Baghdad, will become a major center for commerce for the world's merchants. But it will also be the center of world government, a Eurocentric world government. Well, not much has been going on in Babylon for some time now, but did you know there's now been a $2.6 billion contract with South Korea's Daewoo Engineering and Construction to build what is described as the Grand Hall Port. And you know what? It will be completed and in operation in 2024 and fully completed by 2025. Guess what it'll do? Shave off 25 days of shipping oil and goods through the Suez Canal to Europe. This, my friends, many are saying, will make Babylon the center of commercial commerce big time for the world. The Bible's coming true.
Well, we've had a lot of troubling news today. Just a couple of stories of good news. Dallas's largest abortion clinic permanently closes. They've been killing babies. LifeNews.com reports for some 50 years. This is Southwestern Women's Center permanently closing after March 2nd, 2023, according to a statement on its website. Also, the Democrat chair who said disabled babies should be aborted to cut school costs, LifeNews.com, that's the local Massachusetts Democrat Committee chair, has resigned after he suggested unborn babies with disabilities should be aborted because they are a drain on public school funding. And also this week, we just passed the 250th day saving babies from abortion since the Dobbs Supreme Court ruling. Thousands and thousands of children, babies' lives have been spared. Let's begin with Mark in Monroe, Wisconsin. Mark, you're on the air. Hello, Mark, you're on the air. Okay, I guess we lost Mark here. Let's go ahead then to Greg in Bloomington, Illinois. You're on the air.
Hey, thank you, Brother Jim. A few comments regarding the Ted Cruz interviewing Merrick Garland. Senator Hawley also interviewed him and noted that after the FBI raided that family with 30-some agents and scared the dickens out of that family, it only took a jury 1 hour to acquit them.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. And then my second comment is Monica Crowley reported yesterday or the day before that there is indication that even though the media is reporting that the Department of Energy and what have you is saying this virus came out of China. There is indication, and some of the speculation, but there is indication that the Wuhan virus may have actually been manufactured in Ukraine. On that to be interesting too.
Indeed.
Have a good day.
Thank you for the call. Our number to crosstalk, 800-733-9829, 800-733-9829. Zoe in Champaign, Illinois, you're on the air.
Hi, Jim. I just got a comment on that, Mayor Carolyn Jordan, too. Senator Hawley and some of these other people might have pointed out, because they know this, that the real reason that some people, like Mark House, are arrested with, the SWAT teams or whatever you call it, is those decisions are actually being made by the Assistant Attorney General, Lisa Monaco, and she's an Obama person. And everybody, people in the know this, but they're not saying they're not going to say it. And I don't think these congressmen have the courage to say it. I'm not sure why. But it's kind of funny to me, because we all know this. And I just wanted to make that comment. So Lisa Monaco, just remember that name.
Thank you, Zoe.
Thank you.
Thanks for your call. 800-733-9829 to Tucson, Arizona. Greg, good afternoon. You're on the air.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. I know you've had my friend Brian Camercutt from Master Resistance on. I've been working with Brian since its inception here in Arizona, in Tucson. There's a problem with the Christian Governmental Action Group called For Tucson Government Domain. They are not taking any action to stop drag queen story hours or anything. Their strategy is just pray or stay away. In fact, I'll say my name. It's Greg. It's Sabine, and I'll call out the name of the leader of For Tucson. His name is Paul Parisi. They will pray and stay away. They will not take any action. They will not exercise, any effort to really save the kids from the assault that they're enduring in the schools and in the library. And I challenged Paul Parisi to debate, and I got the cricket answer. It's really, really tragic. So we're just doing our best to answer this here, with or without Christian churches and pastors.
Okay, thank you, Greg. We got Mark next. Bring you again here, Mark in Monroe.
Okay, recently Kamala Harris proclaimed crimes against humanity at Russia in Ukraine. As a sworn constitutional Republican official, I would say she's actually in what I would call a crime of sanity.